In today's video, I'm going to attempt to deaden some of the tinny sound that comes from the thinner sheet metal legs on the Powermatic 2014. If you watched my 2014 review, you noticed that that was one of the, wasn't really a complaint, it was just a nuisance that the lathe has. The leg assemblies are made from about a 1/16 of an inch gauge. I'm not sure what gauge that is. About a 1/16 of an inch stamped sheet metal, and stamped or bent, one of the two. But it gives the lathe kind of a tinny sound when you're turning, especially rough turning from half a log or whatever. So what am I going to use to try to dampen the sound? My new bandsaw came packed with some pretty heavy duty styrofoam, and so I've cut some of it to size, and I'm going to stuff this in the nooks and crannies of the legs and then see what it does. So to do this the right way, I'm going to put a log that I haven't touched it except for cutting it in half on the lathe. I'm going to start rough turning it. We'll see what it sounds like. Then I'll stop. I'll put the styrofoam in place. I'm going to use double-sided tape and stick it in. And then I'll try it again and see if the sound is any different. So let's get over to the 2014 and see what we can do here. Okay, I've got this piece of hackberry between centers, running about 800 RPM, not much vibration. I worked through that, it started vibrating about 6. So I'm just gonna make some cuts and we'll see what the sound is like. And then I will install some styrofoam and see if that helps any. You heard what it sounded like. Okay, I've got the styrofoam in. Let's see if it works. Based on the noise from my wrapping sound when I was doing it, I think it will. Back to 800 where I was before. That's a big difference. Before, when I was over here doing rough, you'd hear the echo. Concept proven. I know it works. What I'll do now is put the camera back on the tripod and talk to you about what you can do with your 2014 that I didn't do that might help a little bit more, and I'll tell you why I didn't. But how did I deaden the sound from the ting ting ting? If you can see back here behind these tools, I put some styrofoam all the way up and down in here too. I just cut pieces of styrofoam out of from that box that my my bandsaw came in, and cut them to fit and put them in, and it helped a lot. Now, while I used styrofoam from the box that my new bandsaw came in to stuff into the leg assemblies for the Powermatic 2014 to deaden that tinny ting 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 noise that you get because of how thin the sheet metal legs are. Not that they're bad, they're not. I love the adjustability of them. They just made the lathe a little noisy. As you saw in this video, it worked great. The noise level is far, far lower than it was before. You don't get that tinny sound. But this isn't the only way to do it. Based on how well this worked, you could easily use expanding foam and accomplish the same thing. Just buy a can of expanding foam and spray it into the hollows of the legs, and that'll quieten those legs down, I guarantee it. That styrofoam did, the expanding foam would do the same thing. So why didn't I do that? Two reasons. One, I had the styrofoam and I wanted to experiment to see if it would work. And two, I'm cheap. Why go buy this expanding foam when I don't have to, because what I use to work. Not everybody's going to have styrofoam laying around. And expanding foam is not that expensive. $5, $6, $7 for a can, I think. But it'll do the trick. So if you've got a Powermatic 2014 and you don't like that ting 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 sound when you're turning, this will help you out. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share this with other 2014 owners that you know that have the leg assembly, and they've made a comment about the noise. I appreciate it again. Y'all come back. Have a great day. Remember, live, laugh, and love. And I'll see you next time.